I have 8 o'clock straight up. So I think I will just hand it over to David for now.
Oops.
Have a little bit more wine, please.
Sure. Tonight we are sharing our decorating in our homes, whether it be for a holiday decoration or just be how you have glass in your house 365 days a year. It doesn't have to be for a special occasion, but certainly I am certain we're going to see some holiday decoration, especially for Christmas this evening, and that'll be fun to see how people transition their home and accent the decorations with Cambridge glass. But it's just kind of a fun time to see how we decorate and use glass to display in our house, besides just in the curio cabinets like many of us do. So I'm looking forward to seeing pictures and videos and sharing glass. So Julie, I think we're ready to go here this evening.
Okay, well, since I've got you on the line there, David, we'll just let you start.
Julie, are you going to mute everyone else?
Yes, I am. I'm going to mute everyone now and then we'll start. Okay, everyone should be muted, and so we'll start with David. Unmute, David.
I'm unmuted now. Sorry
Okay.
about that. I don't decorate specifically for Christmas or any other time. I just have glass out all the time. And occasionally I'll shake things up a little bit with a new purchase or just opening up a box and changing the way things look. But I always have in my dining room on the bookshelf, I always have my pair of green cherub candlesticks sitting there. And it's just always fun when I come in and sit down at the table to see them looking back at me each morning. Now, for the holidays, I was very tempted and to switch out my cherub candlesticks for a new acquisition that I recently picked up. This is a really cool pair of Carmen candlesticks. I've never seen them in this color before, but I could not put my cherubs away. So I put these on the coffee table in the living room on either side of a crystal candelabra. So I just like to have the colorful glass out sitting in the house all the time. And then in the center of my dining room table, it's probably more than I need to have, but I have the Carmen Wild Rose Punch Bowl sitting there. I'm not going to pick up the base, but I have the punch bowl with the base and about 8 of the Carmen Wild Rose punch cups sitting around it. So when the chandelier above the dining room table is on, the light shines down into the center of the bowl. And with all the movement and molding in the glass, it's just absolutely stunning with the light coming down and reflecting and refracting through the pattern of the Wild Rose Punch Bowl. So Julie, that's what I have this evening. And I'm looking forward to seeing what others have to share as well.
Well, thank you, David. Beautiful punch bowl. Absolutely stellar. So thank you for sharing that with us. And so next I'm going to go over to Les, please.
All righty. So am I on now?
You're on.
Okay. So I'm not showing up on my screen. Am I showing up on everybody else's screen?
Yep.
Okay. Let me get up here so I can see. I don't know what happened on that. Okay. So I've got glass all over my house. I can tell some of the rest of you as we're doing this, you've got glass around your home too. Like David, I don't decorate special for the holidays. This is a piece of Pomona green that I acquired many years ago. And it's got oddly, the Centennial, I think it was called Centennial at the time it was made. It's also called Heirloom, and it's also called Martha Washington. The problem is when it's this way, which it would normally be, you don't really see it that much. But I found, like David commented, that if you put under enough lighting, then the Centennial comes through. So I didn't know what to do with it because it needs kind of something inside it. They didn't make flower frogs in Pomona green. which is the name that we now know the factory company used. We called it avocado for a lot of years. Well, then recently I acquired this draped lady, and we think it's ivory, but it was advertised as green. And I don't know if it shows up here, but this thing really has a green cast to it, as a lot of ivory does, especially the thicker pieces. And of course, I like the research and the glass formulas. So it's really odd with ivory because the colorants are uranium, and that can turn glass green. They added iron, which makes add green, and then they put manganese in there, which to counter to make it, which is purple. Well, it didn't always work well. So anyway, it works nice with my greenish ivory draped lady in my avocado or Pomona green bowl. The other council set that I have out, and that's the only other piece I'm going to show, are Crown Tuscan. And this is one of the draped ladies. And of course, it's got the slaggy effect that I like a lot. Many people hate it. I love it. It's my preferred Crown Tuscan. And again, on the formula here, this is odd because they were struggling with the color in the early years, the early 30s with Crown Tuscan. And the company actually had some of it sent back because it really wasn't pink. And this is, leaning pretty brown with slaggy on her back and everything. And that's almost certainly because they were adding too much arsenic to it to counteract green. If you're going to make pink glass, you can't have green in there. So they were probably adding too much arsenics to counteract the iron that was in the sand. And I think what happened with Cambridge is they said, we just can't put up with this sand that's got all this iron in it. We got to get purer sand, which was easier to acquire as the years went on. And then what I've got it sitting in is this console bowl, and it's Crown Tuscan with the Everglade tulip pattern in it. Now, this is from the same era, but this is the type of Crown Tuscan most people prefer. It's kind of the creamy, consistent pink color. So there's a contrast in the Crown Tuscan color, but they still make a nice pairing. So that's what I have out and look at every day in my home, Julie. So again, I'm anxious to see what everybody else has.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Les. We really appreciate it. Beautiful bowl, really, really nice color there. So with that, before I have a lot of pictures, but I would prefer that we stay with everybody here first before I go to pictures and videos. So who else here? I know, Jonathan, I'll be sharing screen for you. And Scott, is there anyone else here that has some pieces that they would like to show? Okay, with none being said, do you have some? Oh, no. Okay. All right. I am going to share the screen right now. How about if I go to Jonathan? Let me share screen. Oh, I don't want to share my screen.
Yep, I can hit share, and I think you just have to approve it.
Okay. You do.
It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay. Let me see where. Let me see. See if you can do it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second here. Sorry, I have a meowing cat in the background.
That's okay.
Okay, so I took a few photos. Not all of this is more idea generation than fully staged vignettes here, but I wanted to give people just a few ideas. This is actually something I just acquired these over the weekend, actually, these two Crown Tuscan compotes, and I just thought they would work well in my bathroom. So I have the larger one with some washcloths, and then the smaller one with some skincare products on it. So one of the things I love about compotes is that they're so versatile. I mean, you can really do anything with them. They're not just for food or candies. You can put pretty much anything in them. So I have a couple other examples of that I've kind of staged here. So like here I have an example of, I actually use a piece of stretch glass to kind of prop up my Alexa device there, but I swapped it out for a piece, forest green statuesque compote, which works equally as well. And The other thing I do with compotes is that they're just great for any holiday. So you can see in the top right corner there, compotes as well as tall sherbets, just putting little floating candles in them. I mean, you can do that with candy dishes as well. Obviously, I'd round that out more with some flowers and other decorative elements there. But I have an example there below with a LED candle and a little ceramic Christmas tree. But I mean, you can go to Michael's at Easter time and get little towers of eggs and things to put in at 4th of July. You can do stuff. So I just think compotes are very, very versatile to be, putting different things in for different seasons in general. I also like doing a lot with fake flowers. I know a lot of us don't like to necessarily use real flowers in our vases and things like that just because of water damage. But this is a set I actually got from David maybe a year or so ago, but it's the, statuesque little draped lady, that flower frog there in a base. And I have this kind of in my hallway when you first walk in, and I change out the flowers seasonally. I haven't done it for Christmas yet, but this is kind of a spring iteration, but it's really nice to be able to show the piece in use how it was intended to be without necessarily the live flowers and water that might damage it down the road. Same thing goes here. This is in my entryway as well, but a great Crown Tuscan keyhole vase with fake roses in it. And I just put a metal flower frog in the base to kind of help me arrange things so they weren't flopping all over the place. But again, just something that can be swapped out seasonally and you don't have to worry about any water damage to your pieces. This is probably one of my other favorite things to do here. There's these little puck lights that you can get off of Amazon or they have them at other retail stores too, but I have an example here of the left one is off, the right one is on, but they're just little lights that are actually battery operated and they really illuminate things well. So I have an example here where I took this Crown Tuscan gold encrusted candlelight vase and I have an example of what it looks like lit up. So this is on a little shelf in my half bath on the main floor, but you can see just putting that one little light in really illuminates the etching and almost makes it look like a lamp. And this is just a little single one, but I've done it before where I have a series of Crown Tuscan vases down the center of a table or on a mantle or something like that, and just putting those little lights in really illuminates the patterns and makes things shine. You don't even have to do it on an etching. I have an example here of a couple candy dishes that I did it in, and you can see the different geometric shadows that are cast on the floor. So again, I'd probably round this out with some other flowers and things like that. Or again, just doing a vignette on maybe your mantle with 15 different candy dishes of different heights and patterns and seeing all the different shadows that are created by them can be really, really fun. And then lastly, I just had a couple pictures here because I'm a big proponent. This isn't quite decorating, but I love using my glass. So I just wanted to showcase a couple pictures from my wedding this past May here. Obviously, not all the candlesticks are Cambridge, but a lot of them were, but just a variety of compotes and candlesticks down the center of a table with a narrow mirror from IKEA is often, a great technique that I use when I'm doing dinner parties and stuff. Just have a couple of pictures of the head table here with some Cambridge candelabras and us using some statuesque goblets. And finally, just some tablescaping here I did with my candlelight. You can see the display in the background there. I have 2 IKEA cabinets that are always full of my candlelight collection, and then just a couple shots here of a table setting I did recently with all my candlelight. And that's it for me.
That is wonderful. You really captured a lot of different ideas, Jonathan, that I don't think a lot of us think about, like using the lights in there to actually cast the pattern onto the table and things like that. So that's very well done. I mean, really, really well done. And I always enjoy when I see your photos come up on Facebook, and we might have to have you do a little bit more of this at one of the conventions and teach us how we can more aptly use our Cambridge glass, because I know it's so beautiful and we don't always capture really the essence of it. And so that was some really great techniques. Thank you so much.
Yep, sure thing.
Really appreciate that. Okay, so next, Scott, are you here to share? He was. Scott? Oh, there he is. I know it's frustrating when I do this. I'm like, oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, well, everything at the bottom of the screen disappeared here a minute ago. All right, let me see if I can. I think I'm screen sharing.
Yes, you
Here we
are.
go. All right. Whew. Oh, that was tough. I've got just some pictures to share. Kathy does decorate for the holidays. We have Cambridge glass out at all times, like most of us collectors. But around the holidays, she chooses a color scheme and then goes into the to the storage cabinets that we have and pulls out whatever colors she decides to highlight for that year. And so this year, currently what's going on in our living room. This we had up for the Miami Valley Study Group Christmas party last Sunday. But this year she decided on gold and silver and crystal, which the crystal doesn't often get as much viewing as it should. But that's a 4-shelf etagere. And then I took some closer up pictures to show how we take just the normal Christmas decorations, vintage, and mix them in with the Cambridge. And it's not all Cambridge. We cheat a little because there's some other glass in our background. Don't hold that against us, please. And then in the room, the other side from where that cabinet is, we put in these shelves in these cabinets, and that's what gets changed out most of the time for the various holidays throughout the year, or the fall colors or whatever. But you can see here, we've got a piece of Findlay glass, and there's a hazy piece of hyacinth such as that. But it's mostly highlighted with the Cambridge, and then all of the trays here are Farber Brothers, which is close to Cambridge, a cousin. And then this just highlights the Christmas china that we have, and again, Kathy highlights it with, some of the Cambridge pieces and some of the stems and crystal and such as that. And then the most important thing, of course, is the bar cart. It is the holidays after all, right?
Right.
So those are the various and sundry Cambridge decanters, and then the Cambridge glasses, thanks to David Ray, over the past few years. And then just to show that things do change, a couple of years ago, Kathy decided on black and red and white. So that's what the corner cabinet looked like at that time. And then the shelving. So it's pretty striking when she's all done with everything, because she's a good decorator.
Beautiful.
And I didn't highlight any of the other, but we've got, like, in the fall, she'll do the fall colors, and or around Halloween, she'll do the oranges and such that we have. Okay.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I really like the use of the Farber pieces in there. We don't often talk about those pieces, but we have a lot of Farber collectors, and it's always nice to see how it's going to be showcased. So I really like how you use the trays as accent backgrounds, and then also added the additional pieces. That's great.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have anybody else that has anything to share on the screen? No?
I have, but I would have to show you through my computer because I didn't know how to do any other way.
Oh, that's
Just
fine.
okay.
Go ahead, Barbara.
All I can do is turn the computer around, everybody.
Okay.
So what I did was, since I collect Cambridge and powder jars, I had built into when I renovated my apartment, I don't know if you can see this, I
Oh,
built a whole section with all my powder jars and with Cambridge. And then what I also did was, over here on my dining room table, I took a cheese and cracker platter. And then can you see that? I don't think so.
can't see the cracker.
There it goes. Cheese and cracker platter. And then I put the eagle, this is that an eagle? Can you all see that?
Mhm.
The seagull.
The seagull, yes. And then over here, I have all over. Again, we're not a Cambridge piece, but I do have all Cambridge all over it. Can you see that?
Yes.
And then the final thing that I've done is, since I redid my apartment, and I do collect powder jars, I'm sorry, it's not Cambridge, was that I built in a whole unit of glass.
Oh, beautiful.
So these are my powder jars. But I have a whole wall full of Cambridge over here, all my stemware. I collect Rose Point, old big platters, little platters, this whole area is Cambridge. And then, of course, I have this. And then I have this. And that's it. Thank you.
Love it. Love it. I love the built-in. Oh,
Thank-
that's fabulous with the powder jars. Oh, I really
Very
like
much. Thank you.
it. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so do we have anyone else here? I'm surprised I haven't heard from Mr. Strubler.
I sent you pictures, Julie, in an email.
You did? Ooh, wait a second. I don't have them. When did you send them?
Half hour ago.
That would probably be why. Okay. Do you have them on your computer that you could put them up and share them?
I'm not sure. I just took them.
Oh, okay. I might have to, it'll be tough for me to get them, but I can. Okay.
Well, it's Lisa decorates the formal dining room table,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of cool. I'll try and get the pictures down if you want to move on.
Yeah, well, we're down to pictures and video. So if you want to try to get the pictures up, that would be helpful.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay, we'll give you a shot here. I'm trying to get over to it. Let me see if I can. See if I can get these pulled over here really quickly. I'll try my best here.
I bet you did a nice job this year
Thank you.
and every year.
We try. I'm going to see if I can get these downloaded here quick. Okay, I've got one. Let me see if I can't get the other one here, Mike. Okay.
Okay, I'll quit trying if you got them. It's 3126.
Okay, I think I got you.
All right.
Let's see if I can go back here now. So now I'm going to share and see what we can come up with here. All right, I think I'm going to be okay. Here we go. So first, hope everybody can see this. Can everybody see this picture? The larger picture? Yes, no,
No,
no? I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to, it says,
we got your directory of pictures is what we got.
okay, let me stop share. Let me blow it up.
I'm sorry for gumming up the works here.
That's all right. This isn't always the easiest thing to do here, so
I have no doubt it will be worth it.
Thank you, Rich.
let me do it this way. Okay, can we see this picture?
We can, but that's not Mars. It's very
It's-
nice.
It's not yours, but it is Alan and Sally. So I am going to,
There you go.
can you see that better? So if Alan and Sally want to describe your table?
Actually, the photo I sent you could have been enlarged more than this. I
Okay.
don't know how you can enlarge it on your screen. Do you?
Let me see.
Close.
All
All right, well, I think they can see it and I'll
Look at the
describe it.
brief highlighting.
That's good. That's good.
there. How's that?
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
We don't change things for the seasons either. We just add things as we get new pieces. Rarely do we take things out unless they break. This is our dining room and it's displayed like this all year round, except when family comes and then we have to clear the whole thing off. They're not going to drink out of our nude stem glasses. Anyhow, in the center of the table is a 3200 crystal near cut wild rose punch bowl and base with 8 matching cups. That's in the center area. Flanking the punch bowl, that's good. Yeah. On each side, a total of 6 nude stems, 3 on each side, 2 satin stems. These are table goblets, by the way. 2 satin stems and 1 crystal stem on the left, and the same thing on the right. At each place setting in front of the red chairs in the back, we've got number 151 ebony 11-inch service plates decorated with the Rockwell sterling silver designs. Things that we bought at auction mostly. 1 plate is the leaping gazelles with medallions. 1 geisha, which I can never really figure out. She's supposed to be in there. 2 of them have the fawn, and 2 of the plates are vines with flowers. That's it for the dining room table. Behind it is a buffet, and again, displayed all year round. In the center is an Everglade crystal 16-inch 3-footed bowl embossed with the buffalo hunt scene. And in the center of the bowl is a 2906 draped lady, the 13-inch one with the number 1 scalloped base. Flanking that bowl are more nude stems, 6 again, 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Crystal bowls with ebony figures and bases on those. In the corner of the buffet, in the back, 1 in each corner, are the 13.5-inch crystal 2-light luster cut prism candelabrum. Each one is decorated with very heavy silver trim, which in a way I'm sorry we got because it's almost impossible to try and keep them clean. But they are beautiful and they sparkle when the light comes on. On the front of the buffet, in the left corner, is a seashell number 11, the late emerald green, all 1 color comport. And on the right, that we got a few years ago from Penn Filippini, is the forest green flying lady bowl on the corners of that buffet in the back. That's it.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. I really like how you use the plates. Very nice, very nice. I love silver overlay, so I'm quite jealous. But beautiful, beautiful use of color in the background, and also just the variety and types of glassware that you have here. Just lovely.
Thank you.
I'm going to stop sharing a second so I can get up the next picture. I think that's the easiest way here. Let me see here. I'm going to go to my pictures here and get this one. Okay. I've just got a finagle. Sorry about that. There we go. I was just in the wrong thing. I'm going to share screen now. Okay. The check should be up. I hope we see a big picture.
Yep, I see it.
Okay, good. All right.
So, yeah, so this is what we do, change our buffet for our buffet display for the seasons, and sometimes just for, if we want to get to look at a different color. We don't have a whole lot of display space, although every flat surface in the house is filled with glass, but it's, so so for Christmas time, we'd like to get out the, actually, I think it's the first time we had the green keyhole candlesticks on display that we bought from Scott and Kathy a few years ago at the convention. And then we got the emerald green and then the Rabina baskets in the corners, the Rabina vase in the middle. And then we've got a couple of the little red swans, little milk glass cornucopia, the milk glass caprice vase, and then the Mount Vernon compo, which I love Mount Vernon in color. I just love the way it sparkles when light shines on it. So that's the Christmas buffet. And then I did, when I was going through one of the boxes, I did end up finding one of the tally-ho candy dish, which we both forgot we had. And so that's now out on display too. But yeah, that's the Christmas buffet.
Well, thank you. I like the use of the greenery and the bulbs in the basket. It really sets it off there and just really nice. I like the idea of using your compotes and so forth and holding things in them. So that's excellent. Thank you so much.
Oh, sure.
And I'm sorry, we're going to go back and forth between sharing because that seems to be how I can get the biggest pictures for everyone to really be able to describe their sets. So let me go back over here. And we are going to go to, I have one more picture for you that we are going to use for you. And we didn't do that. Okay, you have one more.
Yeah, that's so that was the console set that we put on the table, and then the milk glass, the creamer and sugar that had the labels in them. Although I'm not sure I think one was upside down, so not sure that was original, but yeah, I just wanted to show we usually have a console set on the dining room table, and I just cleared it off today, so that's
Okay.
all that's on there right now.
Okay, thank you. Let's see if I can get another picture without having to change. Does that come up for everybody? Does everybody see red, white, and blue?
No.
No.
Yeah, I have to go out and then come back. Okay, no problem. We just have to work with it. Okay, Jeannie, you're up. Is Jeannie there? Okay, this is from Freeman and
Okay.
Jeannie.
This was the 4th of July, when we don't have that hall table anymore. We bought another curio cabinet. But every holiday or every month, we change out the table. And I just happen to have 2 napkins, one of flag of Texas and then United States. And did Freeman send us a description with it?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, well, there's Caprice, there's some Mount Vernon, Everglade, Tally-Ho, and this one he set up.
Okay. Well, let me get to yours. Now I'm going to go over and get the other one that you sent me. And let me see, there's that one. Okay, let me. There we go.
Okay. This is every 2 weeks or so since the pandemic, I have what I call dress my table. And I start with the tablecloth and go on. This is my 3rd Christmas scene table that I've done, and it's mainly Mount Vernon. And of course, anybody who lives in Michigan will recognize those glasses from Frankenmuth, the big Christmas can. But I don't know what the stem is that he put on the table. And then we have the Martha cake plate, which holds my gingerbread house. And I bought the daffodil silverware to go with my daffodil dishes, but as I noticed, they go with everything. And then Sunday evening, this will all come off and there'll be my last one for the month of December. And that'll be more like candlelight.
So each week you change it out?
For the month of well, actually, starting in October, I go from fall to Halloween and then Christmas. So every week is something different. And then January, probably twice. February, I'll go back to red because of Valentine's. March, be green for St. Patty's Day. But yeah, it's it's wonderful when you get up in the morning and you walk into the kitchen. You have the table it just brightens up and looks really nice.
I remember at Halloween, it was quite decorative and quite festive.
I had amber out, I believe. But
Yeah.
This one we just took a picture of. And I guess I should get better and take a picture of each table that we set.
Well, that's the future.
Yeah, that's the future.
Okay.
Something
let's-
else to do.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to, let me see here. I'm going to show two pictures for Greg Voss. So this is the first picture I got. There's two different angles from this. There we go. So Greg sent me a little description and stated that he always had green and red were always primary decor in the family home. And he said, as far as the description for my fireplace mantle, he says, I have a pair of red and green 6-inch swans. They were able to fit. He has a nut cup, the keyhole ivy ball, and the urn type bases. So this was one angle he provided to me. And then he also had another angle, but I love the vases. I'm really big into these, the urn vases these days. I don't know why, I just really like them. And let me show you his other photo. It shows it at a little bit different angle. And back here. And I'm sorry to make people busy here. The best way to blow up the pictures though. But I thought this was a great looking photo here where he had also the use of the decorative of the trees and the wreaths and everything that all goes together here. And now you can see the nut cups a little bit better on top of the clock. So unfortunately, Greg wasn't able to join us, but I was glad he could share the glass with us. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to pull up your pictures here, Mike, if you give me a second. Make sure I got him here. Okay. I never understood why it doesn't let us just share.
26.
There. Are you seeing it now?
That's it, Julie.
Okay.
Okay, this would be our formal dining room, and Lisa's going to tell you how many times she sets this. Go.
Okay, hi, everyone. This is a sort of this is a silver theme for winter. I just decided to do all silver. And the Cambridge stems are 3126 stems. They're sort of tulip, and then they're the top, they're the platinum rims. And everything is set silver. The dishes are Noritake Envoy. That's sort of my regular china. You can see in my cabinet there that I do have the Lennox Winter Greetings porcelain china. And I now am the proud owner of 12 Carmen banquet goblets, which will definitely next year grace the table, which can seat 12. But this year I did silver. So that's what I have. I changed this out. I had it set for the fall. I have some amber stems I use in the fall. At Valentine's Day, I'll switch it out, and I just Mike just got some sweetheart stems for me for my Valentine's table. And then in the spring, for spring/Easter, I'll change it out. And what I do is I have different different goblets, mostly Cambridge, but I do have a few Fostoria in there, and they're all pastels, so it's all pastel themed. And I think that's it. I have you guys know I have a 119 basket collection, and on my kitchen table, which is smaller, just the small kitchen table, I usually change that out, and we'll do some of the other holidays on that, with a green basket or I still aspire to a Halloween setting, but I do enjoy doing this. So anyway, thank you.
There's your table again.
And here's the table. I brought up the different view for everyone to see.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do it. So, oh, those, I forgot, I do have star candlestick holders this year too. So
Really
Yeah.
nice. I like the theme. I really like the table use of the
Yeah.
table runner and the theme, and it's really nice. And
it goes nice through January. So then when February comes, like I'm ready to move on and
do something else.
Valentine's Day. So
Does everybody see that? Everybody see the movie?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I change out about once a month or 6 weeks throughout the whole year between the mantle, the dining room table, the end tables and archway, and just goes from one theme to another. In front of the TV. Mixture of everything we've got. September. October. November, Thanksgiving. Christmas.
Okay. I have to go back to this one little section though, because I love the candlesticks that you have that are the ears of corn. And also the other candlesticks, which are just phenomenal. I have to move it back for everybody that you didn't get to see this. I just thought these were the cat's meow. So there's the ears of corn, which I just think are fabulous for candlesticks. I've never seen them before. And I told her when I watched the video, I have to find some of these spider candlesticks because I just like those as well. I don't know. Can everybody see those? Did it come back? That
It's
you
bad.
can see them? Yeah, I just thought those were adorable. But I'll try to go through this a little slower. We'll try to go back here a little bit because there's so much to see. I had to watch it 3 or 4 times.
You can hit
So
the
we'll kind of
pause
start at the
button to
beginning.
stop on each one, I think.
Yeah. So if you want to go through some of these, Gwinnell, we'll let you go through these because there's so much to look at when you're looking at it that it's hard to catch everything. So I'll let you start describing now.
Yeah, we got Caprice and we got Mount Vernon, Tally Ho, Nautilus is in there, 3400, tall candlesticks, Caprice bowl, Carmen, purple, amethyst.
So we'll go a little further here. And I like your theme as you go into the, obviously, it's time for St. Patty's Day.
Patty's Day with the angels, and we've got the etching on the decagon. I don't remember which one that one is. Threw in some, I have Fostoria is in there too, but there's Caprice and 3400, the plainware with a gold etch on it. Cream and sugar mixing a lid. It's got an etch around the rim you can't see very well. And it's a hard one to find.
Yeah. And then we'll move down here a little bit. Here's some of the more close up for the etch there.
Yeah, that's the gold encrusted.
I like how you pair all the sugars and the creamers. I just find that you have so many interesting ones that you've shared with us.
Well, I've kind of gathered those around.
There's just how you
And
put
then the
that.
Caprice blue on the dining table.
And that's
the
really a
arch.
nice, unique idea to put it across the archway there.
It's fairly deep. It's probably a good 6.5 to 8 inches up there. I kind of leave a little space between the edges and want to be sure it's firm up there before I put too much up there. But it's just a big empty space to where the light hits it real nice.
Yes. I thought that was a great idea.
And then my luncheon set from Caprice. The colors just go perfect with Easter.
Yes, they do.
And the Caprice violet, and then the pristine candlesticks and the unusual, I don't know what you call it. I forgot the round flat. It's kind of like a nappy, but it's not really. It could be. But it's
I
in
like
the,
that with the eggs in there. That's a nice touch.
yeah, and those are bigger than the normal arm pieces. And then the ball candlesticks they sit on. And then the piece in the middle is real flat and shallow.
Huh.
Yeah, it's also in the 49 catalog. Then the plainware, 3400. Gadroon. Tally-ho, 3400 again, Nautilus. Caprice. I think there's a 3400 again, a couple of 3400s, Decagon, the Caprice, Decagon again. There's the red Nautilus again, the roundware, Cascade, and the covered, oh, it's a numbered piece.
Okay. You're here a little bit
Amber
further here.
Decagon is the gold trim. Then the Caprice Alpine. And the candlesticks. We've had those for several years now, so I don't know if you're going to be able to find them or not.
I just thought they were really unique and they just really set off the rest of the decor.
Oh, yes.
And these as well, just really
Same
help
thing.
show off that alpine look.
That they did.
And I think we're about at the end here.
Just about. And then Christmas kind of gets hidden with all the greenery.
Yeah.
But it's the blue Caprice in there. And again with the fake flowers in the vases.
Well, very nice, very nice. Let me get over here. I got to move everybody down and around again. Okay, I think we have finished our tour for the time being. So with that being said, is there anyone else that would like to share anything before we turn it back over to David? If no, and I think that's really the beauty of Zoom and the beauty of doing some of these things that we don't often get to see one another, and we live so far and wide and we don't often get to share, but it's just the fellowship across the, doing it like we do here and being able to visit with people in their homes and see such unique things that you have. I know that many of us wouldn't dare bring some of our glass if we had to travel on a plane. It would be very difficult. So this is a great way to see each other's glass and share and just enjoy each other's company, as well as just really view the beautiful pieces that make up the collection of Cambridge. And there's so much of it, as Les has often said, everything from the utilitarian pieces that we don't think about to the scientific glassware to then these really ornate, beautiful pieces that we see. It's just wonderful to see everything. And it just, for me, every month when we share these things, it just makes me fall a little bit more in love with Cambridge glass. So that's all I have. So David, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, thank you, Julie. And of course, thank you to everybody that took the time to discuss and share the way they use Cambridge glass in their homes. I know this is a little bit more challenging, or was a little bit more challenging to do, but I thought it was kind of fun to see how people use their glass and decorate their homes at different times of the year. Going forward, we are going to have a program in January on the figure of flower frogs, and that's going to be led by Jack Thompson. You probably saw his recent chart that was printed in the crystal ball. A group of people got together and tried to identify as many flower frogs and colors that those flower frogs had been found in, and Jack put that chart together and shared that out with the membership. And in honor of that, Jack is going to lead a little program next month on flower frogs. Now, keeping in mind, it's just like the programs we've had in the past. Jack's going to do a little bit of an introduction, but the real program comes from people sharing their own flower frogs that they have in their own collections. Then in February, Les Hansen is going to lead us on the Charlton decorations that were applied to Cambridge glass over the years. And that's going to be super exciting because there are many Charlton decorations out there that we don't realize. It's not always about flowers and roses. They did many unique designs that we don't see very often. I'm sure Les is going to share a few of those with us. And then in March, I am going to be leading a program on the 3011 nude stem line. So again, these programs are not purely educational from a perspective that you're just going to be sitting there listening to presenters. We want you to share the nude stems and the flower frogs and anything that you have with the Charlton decoration on in your collection. So on behalf of Zoom and Tell, I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And it's been a wonderful year of sharing ideas and sharing glass and sharing our friendship here on Zoom. And I'm looking forward to 2023 and 12 more Zoom and Tell programs. Julie, that's all I've got this evening.
All right. Thank you, David. And thanks for leading this effort. Thanks to really goes out to all of you. I mean, we couldn't have these programs unless you're willing to share with us. And I can't tell you how much I enjoy this and seeing all the beautiful, beautiful pieces that are there. But also, like I said, it's more so it's nice for the connection. And just as Mike said, it's great when we can get together on Zoom and then all of a sudden it translates when you see one another. I know that when I saw the checks at the convention, it was so nice after seeing them for so many months on Zoom to see them again at convention. It was just really a pleasure. And so I really thank everyone for all the attention and everything that you bring every single month. And again, thanks to Les. You did a great job with all the introductions this year. David, there's also Jack. There's people behind the scenes that help kind of get some things together too. Obviously, all of you, there's many of you that come every single month and you're share your glass every single month. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing it. I really do. So I hope everyone will have a wonderful, wonderful holiday with family, with friends, whomever you celebrate with. But please stay safe. And I really look forward to seeing everybody in January.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
Yep. Happy New Year. Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Everybody.